Welcome to My The Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Before we start the scenarios, I'd like to thank you guys so much on TikTok and Instagram for all the support and feedback and everything. It's been amazing. I'm loving it. Please keep it going. On YouTube, we're going to have to step that up though. I want to get more engaged with you guys, more comments, leave a like, a dislike, whatever. Tell me what you got, what I need to fix, whatever you guys need to do. Just talk with me. But let's go ahead and get into it. Oh, and I also have on screen the URL for everything. So Patreon, TikTok, and Instagram. Everything is at this handle. So like, follow, check it out. That's where we have a lot of the clips of the episodes. So that way, if you don't have time for a full episode, you guys can watch them on TikTok and Instagram. Patreon, if you want exclusive episodes and the ability to have your own scenario featured on the show. We do have one. So somebody went ahead and signed up. Patreon, sent into their scenario, and we're going to do that first. On the previous episode, I did it last. I feel so bad. I'm so sorry. I forgot it was there, and then I remembered, and we did it. So this time we're going to do it in the beginning. I always try to do the scenarios that you guys pay to send in first, just so that way you see them, you can have them done. But we're going to get into it. It is from a girl. She says, "Guy couldn't stay hard." Let's see. I went on 3 dates with this guy. He's super sweet and we got along great. But yesterday after our date, we ended up trying to have sex. He got hard twice, but immediately went back down. He walked me home. I had something to do at 9 p.m., not because I wanted to leave, and briefly explained that he was just very embarrassed and humiliated because that's not how he wanted it to happen, etc. I said that there was nothing to be embarrassed about and it doesn't matter. I tried to lighten the mood by saying we can always try again. Oh, that's great. Woo, you're a good one. He said that he was just in his head and was overthinking it, etc. And he understood if I didn't want to see him again. I reassured him the best I could, but I don't think it really worked. I don't know if I didn't handle it well or if there's just nothing else I can do. I don't want him to feel uncomfortable or judged. I don't know if I should message him or even know what to say. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. All right, girl, I got you. Look, sadly, the reason he couldn't keep his penis hard was because this man watches way too much prawn. All right. The hub has probably been something that he partakes in a lot for a long time. And it sucks because it's like, since he was doing that, he was participating on the hub, it's hard for him to stay stimulated in real sex. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, girl, you got to do more work and this and that. No. What it is it's just something he's going to have to kind of deprogram himself with. He's just been watching a little too much of that porn, and he's just going to have to deprogram himself. Okay. That's what it is. He's just been watching too much of it. And I'm sure he's watched a lot less ever since he started talking to you. Guaranteed. Why? Because he looks at it like, man, I don't need this because I want to have sex with her. I want to have sex with you. And that's great. But it's going to take him a while to kind of reprogram his body a little bit to kind of get used to like, okay, I got to get used to the real thing, the real thing. Something you could try that might help him is, being a little sexy, I guess. You know what I mean? Maybe talk dirty a little bit to him or something. Just give him a little something to kind of go off of, and have him get like super deep into foreplay and touching you and stuff like that. And when he does touch you, kind of over exaggerate it a little bit, just so that way it kind of plays into a little bit of that porno fantasy. And that might help him out a bit, but that's definitely what it is. From a guy to a guy, I would be like, look, man, you've been watching a little too much porn. And that's probably what it is. So good luck with that, but good on you though. You reassured him like, hey, look, it's all good. You know what I mean? This doesn't make me, not like you or not want to be in a relationship with you or anything like that. Like, I think that was amazing on you. I think you should continue to reassure him about that stuff because it is going to take him a while. It is for him to kind of go from that to that and, let him try a little bit of stuff. You know what I mean? Let him suck on the titties a little bit. Let him, eat you out a little bit. Maybe, fellatio him a little bit. Just help it out. You know what I mean? Help it out a little bit. But that was the submitted scenario. Today, though, we're going to be talking about some cheating stories. And I think these are going to be a little juicy. You guys are going to probably like these. Let's get into them. They are pretty big stories, so we probably won't get through too many of them, but we'll try to get through as many of them as we can. All right. Title, I went through my fiance's phone. Oh, shit. Let's see what they found. I went through my fiance's phone when we first moved in together, and that's where I messed up. Damn right you messed up. Whoo! When you first started living together, I did a previous episode about living together and how it's like pulling the veil off of a scary movie. When you watch the movie, it's so scary and it's intense and this and that. But then when you kind of see the behind the scenes of the movie, you're like, oh, it's just actors, it's blood, it's fake, it's da-da-da, and it's not so scary. And living together is like that. You're pulling the veil off of your partner because now you're seeing your partner every single day. You see them in a different light. You see them at their worst as well as their best. So it just pulls that veil off. And so for you to kind of go through their phone, right when you guys started living together, I mean, I guess, we'll read more and see what they found. But first off, if your significant other has a Snapchat but has never mentioned it to you, big red flag. Hell yeah. Because, I mean, if you have Snapchat at all, it's a red flag. That is the biggest cheating app right now. Come on now. So, of course, that's the first thing I look at. My heart dropped and I felt like my body wouldn't stop shaking. This girl had so many explicit pictures and videos, I damn near punched her out in her sleep. So in my mind, I'm like, okay, hold on. Maybe this is all before you. So, before they started dating. That's when the research part started. Find out that she was doing it before me and continually throughout the time we are dating. Building a relationship. So also, I forgot to add this tidbit. She's pregnant with my child at this time. Upon further investigation, she makes posts on Reddit to sell her pictures, videos, and custom content. Your girl is an internet whore. She's on OF, I bet. My little businesswoman. Me being the bitch I was, never said anything, just asked if she had anything to talk about to me or talk to me about that I didn't already know. She said no, laugh out loud, and kept trying to forget what I said. It obviously never stopped, so I decided to entertain somebody that I worked with. That's an L. Okay. Of course, my fiance goes through my phone and finds it and slaps me out of my sleep. My rebuttal was that I didn't know you were talking to me serious with all that stuff you post and sell and lie to me about. Long story short, she said that it just makes her feel attractive, but that if it bothers me, she won't do it again. Fast forward to a couple of weeks, she's doing it again. Damn, bro. Yeah, bro. Look, okay. This is probably it's funny because I did an episode on this previously where this guy, he found out that his girl used to be a sex worker. Like, she did porn and she was on the hub and all that. And that stuff sucks. Like, as a man, you feel like I'm the only one that gets to see you naked and gets to see you like this. And but turns out I'm not. Everybody with a cell phone can fucking see you naked and see you like this. And then that's what hurts him the most. Now, see, where he went wrong was fucking with that coworker. He shouldn't have did that. He should have confronted his girl about it from the get-go, when he, instead of, being the bitch like he was, like he even admitted it. He was like, I was being a bitch and I just said, hey, is there anything you need to talk to me about? Nah, man, you should have been a man. Should have been a fucking man, and you should have walked up to her and been like, hey, what is this? Why are you selling pictures of your feet and your underwear and all this stuff online? Well, what are you doing? What is this? You're pregnant right now with my child and you're doing this? What are you doing? And honestly, I understand they're about to have a kid, so that would make it like extremely hard for him to just leave. And that kind of sucks, because it's like, damn, like I would, if he wasn't about to have a kid with her, I would so be like, yo, get the fuck out of there. She ain't worth it. She for the streets. Fuck that shit. But he is having a kid with her, and I think that's what made him kind of stick around, and that's what made it tough. But he should have confronted her first and then went to go fuck around with homegirl, if I'm being honest with you. Now, I know so many girls are gonna just be like, no, what the fuck, that's so messed up, da, da, da. But the shit that she's doing, it's like, bro, it's practically one and the same. It really is. It's one and the same. You're giving sexual access to these guys that you don't know. All right, well, then I'm going to give sexual access to this girl. The only difference is, for you think that just because it's online that it's okay. And it's like, bruh. And then she's like, oh, I don't feel attractive. It's like, wait, what? Bitch, I'm the one that's supposed to make you feel attractive, not the other way around. Like, what's going on here? Damn, that's rough, bro. That's rough. All I know is I would try to take my kid and just get the fuck out of there and be like, look, man, you go be a hoe and do what you want to do. If you want some OnlyFans and doing all that, either that or I'd pimp her ass out. I'd be like, yo, if you want to do all this OnlyFans shit, you want to do all this, cool, but daddy's getting a cut. The fuck we talking about here? All right, we got our next one. Title, I, 24 male, found out that my girlfriend, 21 female, cheated on me a year and a half ago. Damn. Okay, I, 24 male, found some messages between my girlfriend, 21 female, and one of her male friends. We have been together for about 2.5 years. We were long distance for the majority of the time. She was living in California, and I was in Texas until December of 2022. When she moved to Texas... when she moved to Texas so we could live together. The other day, I asked to use her laptop so that way I could use it for my current side hustle, since I didn't want to do everything from my phone. While I was using it, something told me to look through her messages. I'm not the type to go through her phone or her socials because I trust her, but my gut told me to just look. As I was going through the messages, I saw one of her male friends' names who she was hanging out with a lot and started to snoop. I was scrolling and I saw their old messages from earlier that year that went something like this. Guy, did you want more to happen? Be honest. Girlfriend, I thought it would, but still kind of anxious, so I think it's best that nothing more did happen. Guy, promise you, no reason to be anxious on my end. Girlfriend, good to know, but it was my fault, so I do apologize for any confusion or misleading. I couldn't control myself, and I should have been more respectful. Guy, wasn't any confusion or misleading. I wanted to kiss you so bad. To be honest, I really want to fuck you. Not trying to be disrespectful or anything, just being honest. Again, I'm sorry for what I did. It's okay. I still had a great time with you. I also had a great time with you. Yo. A couple weeks later, he even states how he misses seeing her, and how one day when they were hanging out with their mutual friends that he couldn't take his eyes off her, and how he was thinking things and wanted to be touchy with her and how cute she looked. Even more messages asking to hang out. Just a few weeks following that happened, I went to the messages between me and my girlfriend for the dates they hung out, and each time she never mentioned him. She lied and said that she would be hanging out with her female friends from work. I was working night shift during the time, and the signal at my job wasn't great. So although we shared locations, I never bothered to check because I trusted her. Not to mention, whenever I went to visit her in California, she even tried to get him to meet up with us. She actually had the audacity to try to plan something with the three of us, knowing good and well what she did. She did a little tongue dance with him. Not once did she ever mention what happened between them a year and a half ago. When I confronted her, she said she didn't plan on saying anything either because all they did was kiss, and I'm not even sure if I should trust what she says, considering she was willing to keep it a secret for so long. We are currently staying with my parents while we find a new place, since there was an incident that happened with our previous apartment complex, but now I'm not sure even if I want to move forward. I love her and care about her, and while we have been able to work through other issues in the past, I'm not sure if we can resolve this. She broke my trust. She hurt me. We talked about it, getting married and starting a family. Part of me thinks I should just let it go since it happened a while ago. But the other part of me is saying I should end the relationship. Advice: should I leave or should I stay? I think you should leave. Yeah, I think you should leave because you put so much trust in her and she broke that trust. She definitely did. She broke that trust. Even though it was just a kiss, she didn't think it was important. She didn't tell you, so on and so forth, all this. I personally think that if it can happen once, it's going to happen again. And sadly, it sucks. It sucks, man. Because, you built all this with this girl. You had a strong relationship with her. You trusted her. You felt like, man, this is my girl. I can, trust her to do anything. She can trust me. We're going to have a great family dynamic together. I want kids with her. I want a marriage with her. I don't think you can have a healthy marriage with her, sadly. I don't think you can have a long-term marriage with her. I think simply she is the type of girl that she goes with the flow. She lets whatever happens happen. You know what I mean? Sure, she stopped herself from having sex, and that's great. But the fact that you got to the point where you're at some place, I don't know if it was his house or her house, whatever the case may be, you're at some place with this dude alone, and then it got to a point where he's trying to fuck you. He said it. It's not a thing where, the girl can deny like, oh no, he doesn't see me that way. No, it's in the messages. He want to fuck. So yeah, bro, I'd cut tie. I'd let her go. I would tell her like, look, it's just not working because I understand that this happened once and it was a mistake and you caught yourself, but I can't put my trust in that you're going to catch yourself again. And that's the tough part about it, man. And don't get me wrong. I understand that in every relationship there is risk and that you could potentially, take the risk on like it won't happen again. But at the same time, it's like, you got to weigh your options here. Are you going to risk it happening again? Or are you going to say, hey, nah, I don't want to deal with that headache. I don't want to have to deal with that because now you can't trust her. And that's the tough part. You can't trust her anymore. You would have to take a period of time where you're like, look, I can't trust you in this period of time. And it's going to take me some time for you to build that trust back. You destroyed it. And yes, this happened a long time ago, but the fact that you didn't tell me about it, I mean, you guys could have full on fucked and I would have never known. You know what I mean? You guys could have done this multiple times and I would have never known. So that's my thing. I feel like if he just has to weigh the options of, do you want this, do you want to take the risk in it not happening again? Or do you want to just say, hey, look, nah, I can't do it. I'm out. It's up to you, G. That's tough though, man. Woo, that's tough. All right. My boyfriend of 10 years is cheating with at least 3 women. Yo! Okay, it's a long story, so let's get through it. So my boyfriend, 29 male, and I, 29 female, have been dating for 10 years. That relationship should have ended a long time ago. Our early years were pretty immature, and we pretty much just went with the flow, enjoyed each other's company, and didn't plan the future at all. Once I turned 25 and my career started getting serious, I started wanting to plan the future, and he didn't want much to do with it. And it scared him to make plans when he wasn't ready. See, that's where the relationship should have ended, if I'm being honest with you. But she stuck it out, and I give that to her. This made me take a big step back during COVID, and the relationship definitely took a toll as far as seeing each other and doing things together. Once he noticed that I pulled away, he wanted to get closer. So around a year and a half ago, he suggested therapy. So I went and healed these wounds, and he said he really wants to plan a future with me and that he grew up a lot. Our relationship has been great since. We're even planning on moving in together this winter, talking about a marriage while I was cleaning up his place. I plugged his dead Apple Watch in to charge, and once it turned on, notifications started popping up. I found out he's been sexting and sending dick pics via Snapchat to 3 different women in the last week. One of them is a married woman who knows he has a girlfriend but doesn't care. So that's fun. One is a coworker who I don't know who doesn't know that I exist. She wrote it so weird. A coworker who doesn't know that I exist. And one is a random woman he's just getting to know. So they must have just met. I've been honestly so sick about it. I can't eat. I can't sleep. The fact that these things are happening now when I thought we were setting up our lives together has destroyed me. And I don't know what to do. I want to confront him this weekend. It's been a week since I found out the text by showing him the screenshots I took. I want to reach out to each of these women and tell them I know. Hell, I even want to tell the woman's husband and watch the world burn. What do I do? And then she actually recently edited it as of today, I believe, right? Yeah, as of today. So she edited it today. I know I have to end it. I guess what's giving me anxiety is the how portion of it. Will I regret it if I blow the whole situation up in flames? Should I be mature and cut it off without letting anger and resentment show and grow? Is there an in between that'll give me closure? Things like that have been running through my mind this week. Absolutely appreciate all the suggestions and support. When things like this happen, you feel dumb about it. And I fully admit I was blind and dumb for 10 years now. I mean, I would say you were dumb for 5 years, not really 10, because once you went 25, you were starting to think about your future and starting to think about serious things. So I would say you were only dumb for 5 years. We'll definitely have some sort of conclusion over this weekend. Okay. She probably won't see this episode, sadly, and she probably already have made a decision by the time she sees it. Look, my thing is you need to leave. Show him everything and be like, look, I know what you're doing. I know what you did. I don't like it. I need to get out of this relationship because this relationship is not healthy for me and it's not conducive to what I want for my future. And what you need to do is go out or break up with him, show him everything, and then just work on you. I mean, get in the gym, look sexy, dude. I mean, make this motherfucker miss you. Like, he is just like, oh, I can't believe homegirl looks this good. I can't believe that she's doing that. And go on a couple Tinder dates. Like, make this motherfucker jealous. You know what I mean? Show him that you can do the same thing. Show him that you're not the only guy. You know what I mean? I understand that you probably really love him and you have this attachment to him, and that's great. That's wonderful. But you're going to have to make this dude realize that he doesn't understand what he actually has, and that honestly he's in no position of leverage to really command being able to have you and 3 other little side pieces or whatever. He doesn't have that kind of leverage to command that. He doesn't. You make more money than he does. I guarantee it. He's probably a bum that's making, a little money here, a little money there. And it's like, bro, you can't command that kind of level of cheating and she be okay with it. You're not in that realm yet. And so for me, I look at it like, what you need to do is, if you really want to be with homeboy, and you do kind of see a future with him or whatever, the attachment is just so much because it's 10 years and I understand that. Then what you do is you break up with him and you make that motherfucker miss you. Go on some other dates. You know what I mean? Just live that little easy life for a little bit. I'm not saying go have sex with a bunch of dudes. I'm not saying, get your get back and all that. No. You don't have to do all that as a woman. You don't. Not at all. Just you leaving is going to be tough on him, for one. For two, you going on dates and posting it on social media and stuff like that for him to see is going to be a burn. 3, you simply act like you don't need the motherfucker in your life, because you don't. You really don't. I guarantee you make more money than he does, for one. For 2, I guarantee you he doesn't have that level of leverage in the relationship to command that level of cheating. He doesn't. This man is asking for millionaire leverage. Like, only a dude who's a millionaire, who's a multimillionaire at that, can command that kind of leverage out of a woman, where that's my main girl and I have other side girls. You know what I mean? Like, but he can't command that. He's not in that status. He can't do that. So my thing is, if you still want to stay with him, that's okay. I don't think you're dumb for that. But you got to make that motherfucker miss you. Make that motherfucker miss you. Make it to where he groveling on his knees to come back, and he's crying, talking about, take me back, please. Yeah, you're going to have to get on that motherfucker. Definitely. God damn. All right. Ooh. Why do they keep lying when they face the evidence? During a period of separation, my husband has been seeing a woman and took her to the same Airbnb twice, and also booked a luxury hotel for her only. Dates are roughly 20 August and 9th of September. Damn, she got the receipts. I found out because he had logged in Airbnb and Booking.com and forgot to log out. In the receipts, I see the name of this woman, and in the conversations with the host, he claims to have his girlfriend visiting him. Asked if he has to send ID and such, I took screenshots and confronted him. He said she is nobody and that he's always traveled alone. What the fuck? Why do they do this? Please don't focus on the fact that we were separated. I know some people think it's not my business what he does when we're separated, but we're still married, so I wasn't seeing anyone because of this. You need to start seeing people. I mean, yeah. I mean, look. Okay, I'm gonna abide by her little rule of don't follow by the separated thing. Okay, baby girl, you need to live your life. You do. You need to live your life, because he's doing it. He's living his life. And he's out here, he's got young ting over here, young ting over there. He's living his life. You need to simply start living yours. Get out there, start doing shit. The fact that you're like so obsessive over everything that he's doing, stuff like that. I mean, it's like, what are you doing? You're wasting your time when you should be using that time to go be with dudes that actually want to be with you, that find you attractive, that, because obviously, obviously you guys are separated for a reason. You're separated because either he doesn't like you anymore or have those feelings as strong as he did. I honestly feel like it is him. He doesn't have the strong feelings because you do. You have the strong feelings. You're like, I'm not seeing nobody because I want to be with you. And it's like, baby girl, you need to start living your life. That's definitely what she needs to start doing. That's a big thing. She needs to start living her life. She needs to get out and doing her thing. Start doing you. Stop worrying about what he's doing. Stop worrying about who he's seeing and talking to and all this kind of stuff and confronting him over it and stuff like that. Because he sadly is in the right. He's like, what do you mean? We're separated. Why do I have to explain this to you? You know? I would understand if you guys were fully married and he's doing this. Oh, 100%. I'd be like, he's in the wrong. But you guys are separated. And so the fact that you guys are just means that you need to go start living your life the way he is. You know, and I get it. You know, it's tough and the dating scene sucks and this and that. But I mean, go on a few dates, you know, let a couple guys buy drinks or something. Just start living your life. You know what I mean? Do the things that you want to do and be your own woman if you want. You know, I look at it like if you're just stuck behind this dude all the time, you're just wasting your time. And that's depressing and it sucks. You guys are separated. I think it's time to just get a divorce and, you know, cut your ties completely instead of just being separated. Because I think she's hoping for them to get back together. Now, if it's a thing where, you know, you guys want to be separated and you kind of just let him maybe sow his oats and do his thing and then have him come back, you could do that too. I mean, I understand, you know, some women will be like, no, that's stupid. Why would she take him back? And that's gross. What if he comes back with an STI and this and that? But some women can't just let go like that. You know, some women can't just, you know, throw their marriage away and say, fuck it. They can't do that. It's hard for them to do stuff like that. So with it being so hard for them to do that, a lot of times they may have to compromise in ways that they don't want to. And this may be one of them where, you know, you just let him go bang his little street whores and then have him come back to you. It's an option if you're not willing to move on and see other people and live your life. I personally say live your life. Go on some dates, have some fun. But if that's not you and you want to be with this one person, then sit down with him and be like, hey, look, you know, I want us to be in a relationship. I want us to get back together. This and that. I understand that you want to have your little hoe activities and do those things. That's fine. But you know, you come back to me kind of thing. So, whew, damn, man, that one's tough. I mean, you guys let me know, you know, what you think about that, because like, how would you go about, you know, giving that person advice? Because that's how I feel. I feel like just give them their time or go do you. Let's see. Okay, I already hate myself. Y'all can hate me and say whatever you want about me, but I have to get this off my chest. I've been with my significant other for almost 4 years. We've been married for 1. Lately, I've been regretting getting married so young, partially because I feel like I wasted my young years being tied to this one person. Other parts of me just hate being tied down. This person who I've had a crush on my entire life has recently come back into my life. Turns out they felt the same way about me, just wants to tell me when it's too late. That's the part that's been hurting me. Damn, she's got FOMO. That's what it is. You got FOMO like a mug. Did I not give myself a chance at life? Did I tie myself down too early? This person knows I'm married and is always mentioning how I'm so young and what they want me. Okay. And that they want me, I think is what she was trying to say. And that they want me. I'm not going to lie. I've had thoughts and I hate myself for it. I found myself posting more for them and trying to actually look good for them. Oh, ever since I got married, I never feel like I have to try anymore. And I've severely let myself go. When this person said they still found me attractive, it sparked something in me. I love my significant other so much, and I literally could not live without them. I want to tell them I've been feeling like this, but I don't know how. I don't want to make a mistake that can cost me my entire relationship. Yeah. Okay. She said it herself that she got complacent and let herself go. And look, I don't think you got married too young. I so advocate for people meeting their one or the person they want to be married to young. Enjoy that. Have a good time with that. You know, I understand that FOMO is going to come with that. And this is how you battle FOMO. The way you battle FOMO and the fear of missing out is you simply keep things fresh with your partner. Keep things new and exciting. And I know that's hard to do, but you need to find ways to do that. You need to find ways to keep things interesting and exciting and, you know, keep yourself in shape, you know, and it's like you're not working out for you. You're working out for your partner, and your partner should do the same. Your partner should want to stay looking attractive for you, and you should want to stay looking attractive for your partner. You guys put in the work, not for yourself, but for your partner. And a lot of women don't realize that. Women just get so comfortable and complacent, and then they want something new and exciting. And it's like, sweetheart, if you leave the relationship that you're in now and you go with that dude that's like, I want you this and that, do you know if this guy's going to marry you? Do you know if it's going to last? Do you know if it's going to be something that goes all the way? No, you don't. But you're in a relationship where it did go all the way. You did get married. You do have that life together. So why are you complaining? And why are you looking to other things when what you could be doing instead of focusing on this dude is you need to be focusing on your relationship and how to make your relationship have that spark again, to feel new, to feel fun and exciting. That is what you need to do. You need to focus on your marriage and stop focusing on these new and exciting things. And people just don't get that anymore. And it's so sad because more relationships would last and more marriages would last if people actually put in the fucking work. It's so easy to move on to somebody else. Easy. It's easy. Why? Because it's exciting. It's new. It's uncharted territory. You know what I mean? But in order to stay in a relationship, it's a lot of hard work, and people don't want to do the hard work. And that's where she's at. She's having FOMO and she's having all these thoughts because she's not putting effort into her relationship. And that's what sucks. You know, my thing is she needs to block homeboy on all social medias and tell him, hey, I have a husband. I can't do this with you. I'm sorry. And block him, get him out of sight. Don't hang out with him. Don't talk to him. None of that stuff. And work on your relationship. Because if you get with this dude and you leave your marriage, you don't know if this guy is going to stick around. You don't know if this guy is going to fuck you and then leave you. Say you leave your relationship, right? And because you want to be with this dude, he has sex with you and then he ghosts you. Then you're looking hella stupid. And then you're like, wow, I should have just worked on my relationship. I should have just been a better wife. And that FOMO is gone real quick because you fucked up. So it's like, what you need to do is you need to lock him off. You need to work on your relationship. Make that relationship great. Spark it. Make it brand new. Do something different. Do something you guys have never done before. Spice things up. You know, like you need to work on the relationship. And that FOMO will disappear instantly because you're going to be so focused on working on your relationship. You won't have time to think about other people. You won't have time to think about what did I miss out on because you're so invested in enjoying your relationship. You just don't have time. You don't have time at all. You're working out to keep a great physique for your man. You're constantly on Pinterest, looking up new date ideas, looking up new ways to dress and look nice for him. Like, when your mind is so clouded by all that other stuff, I'm telling you, the FOMO's gone. It doesn't exist. It's a thing of the past. Like, bro, it's just, okay, on to our next one. I'm disgusted with what I did. Blech. All right. I'm disgusted with what I did, and I feel there's no way of coming back from this. Only destruction. I slept with my mother-in-law? I'm utterly disgusted with my action. There's no excuses, but I suppose there's reasons for it. She lost her husband and is now widowed. That's not justifiable. I believe we started an emotional affair as a result. I've read tragedies bring people closer together, except we got way too close for comfort. A lot of it, she was the one to test the limits of our relationship. What followed afterward was that we slept together. The last time I went to go visit her, I'm almost too ashamed to admit this, but clearly we cannot tell anyone we know about this. Is this beyond repair? What's the right thing to do? Wow. Bro, that's your mother-in-law. That's your wife's mother. Bro. And you smacked her cheeks. I mean, sadly, bro, you have to tell her. I mean, you gonna have to tell your wife, bro. Yeah, you gonna have to tell your wife, like, smacked your mom's cheeks. Like, either that or keep it secret and just not say anything. You know what I mean? Because I understand she's going to be super mad and pissed and stuff like that. But I mean, at least it's your mom and it's not some random bitch. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, man. Cause dude, it's not like it's some random chick. It's not like some, girl that she doesn't know or is like your coworker or whatever. It's not like it's any of those things. And I'm not saying it's all right and that it's okay, but at the same time, it's like, bro, yeah, I would just simply sit down the mom and the daughter and say, hey, look, man, me and Cheryl, we fucked. And it was, and try to get her to understand like why you did it. It's like, well, hold on. Like, she lost her husband. I was comforting her, I was kind of being there. She was vulnerable and weak at the time, and she kind of just came on to me and I just went with the flow and it just happened. Like, babe, it'll never happen again type thing. Like you would have to make it, understandable for her. That's the best you're going to have to do. That's a tough one. Like, ladies, comment if your husband smacked your mom's cheeks. How would you feel? How would you feel about that? Like, ladies, tell me, because whoo, that's going to be a good one. My God, that's going to be a good one. Man, yeah. Ladies, let me know if your mom got her cheek smacked by your husband. What would you do? How would you go about it? Oh, shoot. Oh, no. I was the other woman and I didn't know it. This is a true story from when I was in college 20 years ago. God damn, you're old. Oh, when I was in college, I met a guy who was a senior and I was a freshman. I met him on my 18th birthday. Ooh, he was like, damn, fresh out of high school. I was celebrating by drinking horrible wine and got really drunk. I vomited into the toilet and he held back my hair. I do not remember how we first met or we first started having a relationship. However, we had a relationship for several months, or you thought. I was over at his house one night and he had gone to campus. I heard a car pull up. I thought it was him, but it was a woman who was yelling his name. She wouldn't leave. She kept yelling. The front door was locked the front door lock was a weird lock that you couldn't open without a key. So I was essentially locked in the house. The door was a French door, so you could see through it. Also, it had like the frame and then a glass pane in the middle so you could see outside. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Eventually, I had went and talked to her and told her that he wasn't at the house and he was on campus. I told her this through the locked French door. She was appeased and left. He later broke up with me, telling me that was his girlfriend. I wasn't very sad about the breakup. I later found out that she dated another guy that I dated, and he said that she is a heroin addict. Yo! Homeboy was like, but babe, she's a heroin addict. I was just taking care of her. Yo! That's fucked up, bro. I'm surprised she didn't, like, for one, break down that fucking door, if I'm being honest with you. I'm surprised she didn't see another woman in his house and break down that goddamn door. I mean, there was nothing but a glass pane separating them, if I'm being honest with you. So I'm surprised at that. Like, she was literally just like, he's on campus, and she was just like, okay, you know, like, man, but homeboy actually had 2 girlfriends. And the weirdest thing is that why would you say she's a heroin addict to your, I guess, main girl? He told the other girl, the girl that showed up to the house, that, she's a heroin addict. Like, that's why she was at my house. Like, what the fuck? Bro. God damn, that's a little crazy. Jesus Christ. Okay, hey. Let's see. All right, bring me to reality. Me, female, and my husband have had some rough patches over the few months. Just to add some context, we have an age gap of close to 10 years. I am younger. We are both attractive and have amazing sex life, always have. We are both hopelessly in love with one another. I have never doubted my husband's fidelity 5 years together up until a few months ago. It is hard to explain, but a gut feeling told me something was off. Her woman intuition, I'm sure. Long story short, my paranoia got the best of me, and I found out that he had been looking at OF models through different social media sources. I found he had deleted texts from women at work, all innocent, nothing smutty. Okay. He was consistently liking a few different women's Facebook posts, all separate things over a series of months. When I asked along the way if everything was okay or if anything was going on, he would get agitated and convince me I was totally off. This wore on my psyche. Deleted texts. See, this is why I deleted them. I knew you would flip out, which I never have, nor would I. Facebook liking denied it until I showed him I don't pay attention to it and just mindlessly like stuff. OF girls tried to lie about it until something similar happened again. Told him if I was done unless he came clean on what was really going on. After he was angry and shut down for days, he confessed out of boredom. He had to be he had been watching and actively looking at them. He was ashamed, so he lied and didn't want to hurt me. Promised he'd never subscribe. We went through all of the statements and proved that he never had subscriptions. Fast forward, I have really been trying to put all this behind us. I have good days and bad. However, I feel if he would lie about these seemingly small things, what else did he do? I did not know about what else did he do that I do not know about, or what is he currently doing I don't know about? Because of this, I'm constantly picking up on every little thing that seems off, but I have been having a terrible gut feeling again that something is going on that I don't know about. I have been looking through his things over the past few months recently, and I was going out of town and I saw that he made a call at 10:30 in the evening. Not normal for him or his work. And when I searched the number, it was female. I called it, but the number was out of service. I am in a predicament because he and I made some commitments to each other to move past all of this for the success of the marriage. My commitments were to stop snooping because it makes me overthink. Any advice on the situation as a whole or what I should do would be more appreciated. Would you think? Okay. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kill all this for you, and the ladies out there aren't gonna like it. Okay, I understand that you ladies have your woman intuition, and you go into FBI mode and you want to find stuff and things like that. For this woman, honestly, she didn't really find anything bad. And I know when you hear it verbatim, it kind of sounds bad with the OF models and him liking things on girls' Facebooks and stuff like that. Okay, so let's go down it. Okay, deleted texts. So this is why I deleted them. I knew you would flip out. With deleted texts, sometimes that one could seem a little fishy, because you're just like, what's going on? But at the same time, that's something you can kind of just monitor. A lot of times, like, us guys will delete shit that our buddies say because we know, like, if our girl saw that, she would think some crazy shit. And sometimes your single buddies will send you fucking nudes and all this kind of stuff. It happens. It's happened to me. It's happened to a bunch of guys. Guys out there, I'm sure you can relate to that. Your guys in the group chat or whatever, or even just your buddy that you text all the time, they send you, a meme, or they send you, an NSFW picture, and you're just like, oh shit, because they want to see how you would react because they know you're at work, so they're going to send you, porn, and you're just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? We do that to fuck with each other. But to a girl, I understand that looks weird. So what we do is, we delete those things because we don't want our girl to worry. All right. And that happens. That's a lot of guys. Now, I'm going to tie this with Instagram because I think it's more prevalent on Instagram than it is on Facebook. Facebook liking of female pictures and Instagram liking of female pictures. I get it. Women are like, there's no reason you should be liking their pictures. There's no reason you should like it or even be on their page and this and that and da-da-da. You have to understand, guys just be liking shit. Like, if you go through a guy's likes a lot of times, man, it'll be like a gaming video here. It'll be like a fat booty there. It'll be a cat, it'll be a funny dog video, it'll be a pair of titties. And then it's basketball. Like, guys don't have that mind of we care so much what we like. If we just see something that catches our eye, we're like, oh yeah, and we just double tap and it's mindless to us. And it's like, you can't really look too deep into that. Okay. You can't look too deep in that. You just really can't. Okay. Now with the OF situation. Now I understand how the OF situation can look. Reason being is because if he did have any subscriptions, which he didn't, if he had some subscriptions, it would be pretty, sus, because you can direct message those girls and talk to them. Now, most of OF girls, don't really manage their own page. A lot of times it's a dude behind that. So it's like most of the times you're not really talking to that girl, especially if she's a big OF model. You're definitely not talking to her on there. You're talking to some dude in fucking Indonesia and China or whatever, and he's being paid to just respond shit to you. Trust me. No. I know a couple girls in that industry, and I've actually seen a lot of podcasts and seen a lot of girls that are in that OF situation that talk about that, and they're like, yeah, I don't really run my shit. I have a manager. I have somebody who manages me. I'm through a management company, things like that. They don't do the work like that, especially if she's a big OF girl. And so a lot of times with that is just, it's like porn for a guy. You know, I think women need to get comfortable with their dude watching porn and kind of jacking off and stuff like that. Why? Because men enjoy variety. And sometimes we want to see other things. And a lot of times a guy is not going to go out there and get it because he is showing respect to his girl. He's like, I'm not going to go cheat on my girl. I'm not going to go, try to find these other girls and this and that. I'm not going to try to seek that variety. Some guys will. I'd argue most guys will. Most guys will go out and try to seek that variety that he's looking for. But some guys were like, nah, I like my girl. I like, where I'm at. I don't really care to be with another girl or have that headache of it dealing with another girl. So I'm just going to look at porn. I'm just going to look at OF models or whatever the case may be. And, he gets his rocks off, nuts, and he's done. He doesn't really care anymore. And so a lot of times with those, as long as there's no like subscriptions and he's not throwing thousands of dollars at these bitches, like if he's paying this girl thousands of dollars for a video and this and that and show me your feet, and okay, that's a problem. That's a big fucking problem. But if he's simply just looking at it, beating his meat, and he's done, let it slide. Let it slide. Reason being is because men enjoy variety. We do. We want a variety of different women. If we could have sex with a variety of different women every single day, we'd live in heaven. But that's not reality, and we understand that. So what we do is we go ahead and we supplement that desire through porn. And it's harmless. We look at it like, hey, I get the variety fulfillment. I bust my nut. I'm chilling. I'm good. I can get my variety fulfillment. I'm chilling. I can go and love my girl, and that's that. You know what I mean? And so I think a lot of women, if your dude is, looking at that stuff, as long as he's not paying thousands of dollars to this bullshit, let it slide. Let it slide. For her, I don't think she should be paranoid about this stuff. He's doing normal dude shit that you're going to get with any guy. If I'm being honest with you, you are. At least he's not going out and cheating on you. He's not doing all this other shit. He's not doing this at all. Simply, all he's doing is fulfilling his lust in other ways and staying loyal to you. That's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. And you got to look at it like that. So I know you ladies will disagree, but from a man's perspective, that is how it is. Even for me, myself, that's how I deal with being in a relationship. I want to be loyal to the girl that I'm with. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to fulfill my desires and all that bullshit with porn. And it doesn't hurt nobody because I'm not doing anything wrong, No, not at all. Like, this is just fantasy for me. And then my reality is with you. That's the best way to kind of explain it, is that this is just a fantasy. And I live in this little fantasy world, where I'm fucking a variety of girls, but then I snap back into reality once I bust my nut. That's why men have post-nut clarity and girls don't. Because men, we can go into this fantasy and then snap out of it and go right back to reality. Women, I don't think they can, because they'll go into their fantasies and then their fantasies will become their reality. And I think that is the toughest part for men and women. They can't differentiate that fantasy to reality thing. And guys, we can bust a nut and we're done. We're right back to reality. I know that I work this job and I live here and I do that and that's my girl. It's just reality for us. And it doesn't mean that he doesn't want to sleep with you. He doesn't find you attractive. It's none of that. None of that at all. if anything, it makes him want to be with you more. Because he's just like, he's beating his meat, but he's just like, I want some real coochie. I want my girl. Where is my girl at? Like, I want some real poon. I want to fuck. And he, whoo, telling you, I bang the shit out of you. Oh, man. Okay. My boyfriend flirted with his best friend. Okay, so my boyfriend had a flirty personality, but I made it clear I don't want him being too friendly to other females. He's treated me right and shown me his devotion for the most part, but recently I just randomly decided to go through his phone and found him flirting with his girl best friend, saying stuff like, "Oh, your butt is getting thick." They go to the gym together, and sometimes she would refer him to boo. And then he texted another friend, "Nice rack," like, what the fuck? I know they're strictly friends and he never slept with any of them, but I'm still so hurt and betrayed. He was flirting with other women. I never really had an issue with female friends until this. He said it didn't mean anything though, and he was just being stupid, and he ended up cutting off his friends and blocking them after I got upset, but I'm still mad. I don't know if I should take him back because he seems sorry, and he said he'll learn from this mistake because he never set boundaries in his friendships, but I'm still upset. I have been 100% loyal to him. Update, I'm leaving him. Thank you for all your input. Wow, she's still leaving him. That's so stupid on her end. That's stupid on her end. Because, ladies, when you get into a relationship with a guy who has female best friends, yes, put a precedent on it. Because you have to understand, before you guys got into that relationship with his friends, with his female friends, he's able to just say whatever, and it doesn't matter because the girls know that he's joking. They can just be like, "Oh, you got a fat butt today, Sarah." You know what I mean? And they're like, "Oh yeah, thanks." Da da da. And so they already have that dynamic. That dynamic has probably been there before even you. And so now that you've come into the picture, sure, he's going to be a little more strict with it, but he's still going to act himself around them. But the fact that you made it known, you said, "Hey, look, I don't like that." And he locked off his friends and said, "Look, baby, if you don't like that, cool, locking it off. It's done." That you should have been cool right then and there, because now you've put that boundary down. You let him know, "Hey, look, I'm not okay with this." And he was okay with it. He didn't fight you back, nothing. He said, "Oh, babe, I feel so bad. I didn't know that you felt that way." Locking it off. Blocked him. Don't even talk to him no more. It's you and me. We're good. Like, that's so fucked up that you left him after he made such a big compromise for you. Like, he locked off his friends for you. And now, I'm sure he looks at it like when he goes to his friends, he's just like, "Dude, she left me. Like, she was uncomfortable that I hung out with you guys and that I talked to you guys the way I do. So I stopped and she left me." Like, that's so fucked up. Man, like, she got, and look, I guarantee you, she's going to be one of those chicks. Where are all the good guys at? Where are the good guys? Why can't I find a guy? Where is my guy? Bitch, you had him. You had him. You had the guy that you want. And you just threw him away. Over what? You know what I mean? Like, your insecurities? Like, he had no insecurities, if I'm being honest with you. He was completely secure with himself. Because he looked at it like, "Oh, my girl feels upset about this? Cool. I'll lock it off right here and right now. Like, babe, you're not cool with that? Cool. We're not good with that." It's like, damn, yeah, she's going to have it tough, bro. She's going to have it tough. Yeah. He's going to have it tough. All right. Okay. Ooh, this is a good one. No advice needed. Just tired of this shit. Okay, so my boyfriend, 30 male, cheated on me, 28 female, with a girl, 40 female. Whoa. All right. Usually guys will cheat with a younger girl, not an older girl, but sure, okay. That was a client at the surf camp we work at. Ooh. Long story short, they went on a vacation together last July. I didn't find out until later. We were not official yet, but I was already staying at his apartment and pretty much everyone thought we were a thing. So did I. We took a break during the holidays in December because he didn't want to move too quickly. That's because that nigga was exercising options. We got back on Friday, and one day the lovely lady writes me through IG to tell me about her trip with him in July and that she had come to visit him. She's from LA and we live in a different country. In July, we were on a break. So I confronted him. He begs, and idiot me decides to give him a chance because he was the kind that would never do something like that. And we're only humans and we learn from our mistakes to be a better person, right? Well, you see where this is going. Today, I went on his phone and he was surfing because we were looking something up on his Instagram and she was one of his recent searches. I acted like I never saw anything, so fast forward to me going on his phone, didn't find any messages with her on the convo with this friend. He was asking for his opinion on him wanting to make up things with the girl. His friend advised him to stay put if he was still with me and planning on keeping me around. So moral of the story, when someone shows you who they are the first time, believe them. Second chances are nothing to a pathological liar. I'm embarrassed and so pissed right now. I don't even want to tell my best friend yet, so that's why I came here. Maybe I'll help someone else while I fucking go crazy on my own for a little. Okay, look. I thought you would have been in the right. Man, you are so far in the wrong. It's stupid. Look, for one, I get it. You guys, were super close and you guys were like practically living together or whatever. And so you're under the assumption that you guys are dating and that you guys are official. And to him, you guys are not official. That's where you fucked up. You should have made the relationship official the moment you guys were spending all this time and you're over at his house all the damn time. Like, ladies, you need to start asking for the relationship instead of waiting for the dude or assuming, because a dude is going to look at it like, oh, cool, she likes, fucking me and hanging out with me and stuff like that, but without an attachment. So that means I can go be with other girls. That's going to be the first thing in a dude's mind is that, okay, I have no attachment to this girl besides, we're fuck buddies at this point. That's what he's thinking. He's thinking you guys are fuck buddies. You guys are not dating. You guys are fuck buddies. And you need to ask for the relationship. You need to have that fucking talk of, hey, what are we? I want to be your girlfriend. Like, if not, then this shit is going to happen. This is what's going to happen. You're going to sit there looking stupid constantly, thinking that you guys are dating and you're together, when in his mind, no, you're not together. You're not. And that's why I think she's stupid for this, because she played herself. She assumed and she acted like she was in a relationship with this man, when in reality, she was not in a relationship with this man at all. She wasn't. He looked at it like, bro, you never said that you were my girlfriend and I was your boyfriend. We never officially got together, kind of thing. Now, when they did get together, and, I guess he was maybe trying to play both of the field. Now, that's where he went wrong, because now they got officially together, because she did fast forward it and be like, okay, now we're together. And when they were looking up something on his IG, she was the first search result. I think she played it right. It was all good and whatnot. just by not saying anything. But it's like you kind of had to have some inkling of like, he's still talking to that girl. My thing is, you shouldn't have even gotten into a relationship with him at all, knowing that you thought that you were in a relationship with him. You weren't, in his eyes. And that, he's talking to this other girl. You shouldn't have even gotten into a relationship with him at all, even to begin with. You shouldn't have even entertained a relationship with him. That for me is like, what are you doing? Why did you even get into a relationship with him at all? And I understand, she's like, second chances and all this kind of stuff. If I'm being honest with you, you gave him one. You know what I mean? You honestly gave him one because you guys weren't together. He thought, oh, this is just a fuck buddy situation. And then when he realized you actually had feelings, he was like, oh shit, like, hold up, wait, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know you had feelings for me. Like, if I'd have known you had feelings and that you wanted to be more than just fuck buddies, I don't think he would have messed with that 40-year-old woman if he knew you had feelings from the get-go. If he knew that you guys wanted to be more than, just fucking and hanging out, because that's what he thought. And I can guarantee you that's why he was talking to the other girl. So, I get it, he's in the wrong, but you created that in the wrong for him. If I'm being honest with you. So, all right. Oh, wow. Okay. My boyfriend has been texting escorts/prostitutes and been asking for their service rates. What in the fuck? So first of all, I, 29, have been using my boyfriend 26 Apple ID on my laptop because I've always been paranoid due to traumas and past experiences. Just about 3 weeks ago, I found on the messages in the laptop that he has sent a message to an unsaved number asking about their location. I got really curious as to who it was, so I Googled the number, and it brought me to an escorts page on a website. I checked her number, I checked her number on the website, and that was exactly her. I then messaged her and asked her of whether she has met my boyfriend in person. She said they never met. He has inquired about her services, like if she does anal and stuff. She sympathizes with me. Oh shit. I feel really mad and broken at that time. I did confront him, and at first he was not admitting it until I have shown him all of my evidences. He then told me he doesn't care about any other girls except for me, and that he was just really curious about their prices and didn't really meet with any of them. I asked him to tell me everything he has done after we started this relationship, and if he did, I might be able to forgive him. He said that was it. Okay, he said that was it. And I honestly did not believe him. After a week, we made up because I never really found any other proof that he really met with another girl. And then a few days later, I started snooping again. He knows I'm doing it because he has given me permission to access all his gadgets and accounts and emails. And I know it's not good, but he has given me the reason to not trust him. I found the history of calls and texts from his courier and found out once again that he has been actively texting those prostitutes back before the first time I figured he was doing such a thing. I can't see their convo, but I found some of them. He has been in a long conversation, so I decided to text again some of them, and one of them luckily answered and said how he was asking if she is okay to have natural sex without a condom. She said she doesn't do that, and he kept on insisting, and she just told him to get lost. So I did confront him about it and broke up with him again, even though I know it was before I gave him a chance. After a few days, he still kept on begging and said that he never did anything stupid, or he would never do anything stupid again since the last confrontation, which I was able to see actually, and he gave me his bank accounts on the app so I could see his transactions. I told him if he actually admits to me everything he has done, then I might accept it. I will accept again later since I have to work. Or I'll update again later. Update 1. Sorry for the confusion, guys. I edited some things on the previous paragraph, so I broke up with him again after that one girl texted me because I was so upset about everything. But this point, I had already gave him a chance before I figured out that he did not do anything else after that. And based on what I have looked through just yesterday, he has not done anything so far since the day I have figured out he was doing such a thing. The thing is, I asked him to tell me everything he had done, that if he ever met one of them or more of these girls, but he did not tell me because he said I will only get another panic attack. After a few days from that, I was already planning on moving to another state with my cousin, and I'm still not talking to him. I locked him out of his room, and he had another choice. He had no other choice but to sleep in the other room. He kept on texting me and begging me, saying he never did anything and never texted anyone anymore because, as what he said, he was already planning on marrying me, and he already had the ring, and said that he's planned for it a long time already, and he even showed me the receipt on what he's bought as proof. God damn. Because I was getting tired of it, I told him if he just spilled everything out and tell me what else he had done, then I might forgive him. He asked me to be calm and he will tell me everything. So he said yes, he had been texting those girls mainly just for the curiosity about prices and for jokes, which I don't really believe. He did say something happened with him and one of the girls about last year. He said we broke up that time because of a misunderstanding, and he thought I would never come back to him because I was at a relative's place for a week without really communicating with him anymore. And he said that he has been stressed back then, but because he promised he used protection at that time. I was also able to confirm on our previous conversations on Messenger and SMS that I really did break up with him that time, and I could see from the location history on his phone that he was at that place of the Pacific time. My only issue now is why he was able to have some time texting those girls for their services when he seemed so happy, and he made me feel how much he loves me, and he also loves me, and also him not telling me that he can't keep up not having sex before getting married. Okay, there it is. Because the whole time I'm reading this and I'm like, what are you doing, bro? Why are you paying prostitutes for sex when you get it for free at home? Like, I'm just not understanding this. Now it all makes sense. Girl, you should have had that from the get-go. You're not trying to have sex until marriage. That is why he's doing all this shit. I'm sitting here thinking like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to pay for sex when you have a girl that you can have sex with, that you love and you want to get married to and all this and all that? Like, it wasn't correlating with me. Like, I couldn't understand it, but now that makes sense. She doesn't want to have sex till marriage. Okay. And bro's just trying to get his nut off. Yeah. Oof. Yeah, my thing is, you probably shouldn't be with him. I mean, I understand you're giving him chance after chance and you love him and all this and all that, but baby girl, your plans, I guess, for sex and losing your virginity is just not the same as his. He's a horny boy. He just wants to fuck. And you're not about that. You don't want to have sex until marriage. You want to have, a solidified commitment and things like that. And that's fine. That's wonderful. But you got to find a guy that's willing to stick that out with you. And he's not that guy. Sadly, he's not that guy. He's like, I need to bust my fucking nut and some coochie and some sweet wet walls. And you're not willing to have sex with him. And it's a thing where if you don't want to lose him, have sex with him. If you don't want all this to happen, and you want to stay with him and stuff like that, you're going to have to give it up and just have sex with him. But if you don't want to do that and you don't want to go against your morals and stuff like that, wonderful. That's great. You need to break up with this guy. You need to let him go because he's trying to bust all kinds of nuts and you are not looking for that. You guys are on two different wavelengths. You guys are on two different paths in life, and that's okay. That's okay to have, two different paths in life. That's all right. It just means that you guys aren't meant to be together. He has to be with a girl who is not, is willing to have sex within, the confinements of a relationship. And you need to find somebody that is okay with having sex or until marriage. That's just what you're going to have to do. You're going to have to do that because that relationship's never going to work out. It's never going to work out. And he probably only wants to marry you so he can have sex with you. I'm 100% honest with you. A lot of Mormon kids do this. They get married at 18, 19, just to have sex. They're like, yo, I just want to fuck. I'm sick and tired of this shit. I want to fuck. And so, that's why you see a lot of Mormon couples get married super, super young. And, they just go ham on each other. Man, because they want to fuck. And so if you're the type of person that wants to wait till marriage, hey, good on you. But you need to find somebody who is with that program because he's not. He's not either that or be okay with him having sex with these prostitutes. Be okay with that until marriage. It's one or the other. It's either you leave and find somebody who is, on your program with that, or if you want to stay with him, be okay with him having sex with prostitutes and say, look, as long as you're not having, you're with a girl that, you're having a relationship with, or you're spending money with her, or you're taking her on dates and this and that, and so forth. As long as you're not doing that kind of stuff, and it's just a transaction thing, you're going to have to be okay with it. But if you don't want to be okay with it, that's totally fine. You don't have to be okay with it. And what you can do is just simply break up with him and find somebody else because he's trying to bust nuts. That's just the way it goes. That's just the way it goes, man. Yeah, that relationship is not going to happen. All right, let's see. We have one more here. Let's see. All right, here we go. Our last one. Cheating and AI relationship. Okay. Male 25, partner 22. Not that long ago. Oh, okay. M25 and partner P22. Okay. So they're using like abbreviations to tell who and who. Okay. Not that long ago, P cheated on me at a party by kissing somebody. And for me, that's a big deal. Beforehand, P wanted an open relationship. And I said no. I've forgiven P for the cheating, but I'm now getting red flags regarding an AI app P has on their phone. Today, I went over to P to kiss them, and they couldn't have hidden their phone fast enough. So I'm overthinking, like mad thinking. P is gaining the opportunity of an AI intimate relationship and fantasies of an open relationship. To be honest, I have no idea what to think of it apart from it makes me feel uncomfortable that I'm literally in the same room as P and they're talking to this AI thing for hours. I haven't spoken to P regarding this, as I simply just have no idea. And if I'm making a complete fool out of myself for assuming it's regarding open relationship or sexual fantasies, I don't know if I should let it slide or speak up. If the cheating and asking for an open relationship didn't happen, I suppose I wouldn't have much of an issue. It's just the fact that they promised me an open relationship isn't what they're after for anymore, as they want to be with me. But if they're seeking out this through AI, I just don't know what to think of it anymore. Any help or suggestions would be greatly appreciated. This nigga's having a relationship with an AI? That's really weird, because it's not cheating, because it's a thing. That's like a guy, saying I'm cheating on my wife with my car. Like it's a thing. It's not an actual person. And so, that is just weird. Like, you have a wife. I get it if like some lonely ass dude was doing this, like some dude who has never had a girlfriend in his life or whatever, and he's got an AI virtual girlfriend and stuff. I understand that, but it's like, you have a wife. And I understand he cheated one time, whatever. He kissed another girl. She, was like, okay, look, I don't like that. You know what I mean? I didn't like that you did that. And he's like, okay, all right. I won't do that again. But then he goes and he's in a relationship with an AI girl. I mean, my thing is I don't know, maybe just accept it. Maybe be like, okay, as long as it's this and it's not like an actual person, I guess you could be cool with it, if I'm being honest with you. Like, why not? Like, why not? It could be cool, So, yeah. I don't know. I don't know what else to say to that one, because that's wild. AI, like, you tell me in the comments if your significant other was, I guess you could say, cheating on you with an AI. How would you go about that? Like, would you leave them? Would you question it? Because it's definitely weird. It's definitely weird, and it's definitely like unorthodox. There you go. Sorry. Yeah, it's definitely weird. It's definitely unorthodox, but at the same time, like, can you really consider it cheating? Can you really be mad about it? I mean, I guess if it takes time away from you as the partner, maybe. I mean, or would you try to like throuple with the AI and be like, oh, have your AI girlfriend and me? Like, would you be okay with that just because it's just an AI? You guys tell me in the comments, because I don't know. I don't know. I'd love to have a third person perspective on this, because, yeah, I don't know. I have no fucking clue at all. But that's going to go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Today was a juicy episode. Talking about cheating is always, super juicy. I'm glad you guys were able to be here with me, and I was able to give kind of my input to you. Now, I hope you give your input to me on the scenarios and situations that we talked about. Like I said, if you guys don't have time for full episodes, I got you. Instagram and TikTok. Follow us right there. That is the handle for that. All right. And Patreon as well. Patreon, if you want exclusive episodes that you cannot get on YouTube or even TikTok or Instagram. I do not post the Patreon episode clips there either. No, Patreon is its own thing. That way, when you guys pay for Patreon, you guys are getting exclusive content that no one has seen. It's right there. Also, you are able to write in your story to be featured on the show. I'll try to get better at that. I know the last episode I did it. She sent one in through the Patreon and everything, and I did it at the end. I totally forgot about it. This episode I was able to do it in the beginning, which was great. But if you guys want to do that, I'm telling you, Patreon is the place to do it. Okay. And then like I said, Instagram, TikTok, Follow us there. We got all the clips there. YouTube, subscribe, comment, like, dislike, whatever. Just get that engagement up. I could care less what you guys do on there. Just subscribe. You know what I mean? Help your boy out. I love you guys, and I will see you. Peace.